guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Peace Jones. Don't forget to like this video, to comment on this video, and to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, you guys, so let's get right into it. As you guys know, I just traveled to Santorini, Greece for my birthday. Shout out to the Aries. We're the best. But anyway, I wanted to do 3 vlogs for sure for you guys. It may be more than that because this trip was just like such an in-depth experience that I can't just provide footage and leave it at that. I need to give you guys like tips, preparation, information on COVID, information on how to test in and out, information on what you got to go through in the airports, how to navigate, how to basically enjoy your trip to the best of your ability. Okay, so one vlog is going to be just literally all of the footage because I literally looked at it and it says 114 minutes of footage. So clearly I have to edit that down, but it's going to be a lot of footage. Then the next one is going to be actual like preparation, how to navigate, everything you need to know. And then this one is going to be 5 interesting facts about Santorini that I did not know, that I found to be pretty cool, and I think you guys would too. So I wanted to share with you. Okay, you guys, so stay tuned and I'll let you guys know the tips. All right. You guys, Santorini, Greece, right? Everyone's hit list, bucket list, dream vacation, right? I think I heard about Santorini, Greece first when I was in maybe high school, if not definitely college, right? So you guys have seen the pictures all over Instagram, Facebook, and travel groups. And it's just such a desirable, beautiful location, right? But I think there's a lot that has been unsaid about Santorini and a lot to learn about Santorini and a lot of misconceptions or myths or just like thoughts we've kind of just placed in our head based on the images we've seen that are either true or untrue. So I kind of wanted to maybe debunk some of those myths or ideas and then also let you guys know a few things that are just good to know or interesting. Okay, so number 1, we have Santorini, Greece is home to quite a few Africans. Okay, now I'm not going to sit here and say I know every single country in which these Africans have traveled from. However, I have realized after visiting Oia, Oia is an area in Santorini, Greece, right on the water, lots of seafood, extremely beautiful, very sunny, just like a great place for a day trip, and they are well known for their beautiful sunset, okay? So as I was visiting Oia one day, I noticed that I kept hearing these accents, and they were from dark colored people, right? Definitely wasn't an American accent, definitely wasn't a British accent. So I'm like, these people are definitely, you know, speaking with a native African accent. And I actually have a lot of Nigerian friends. I have a lot of African friends in general, but a lot of them are Nigerian in particular. And I also date a lot of Nigerian guys, so I pick up on the accent pretty easily. And a lot of these people in that particular area in Oia were Nigerian. Another thing I noticed after being swallowed alive by the dust in the air, one of my tour guides for my photo shoot was actually giving me a long history of Santorini, and she was letting me know that a lot of times in, I believe, like the spring and summer, the dust from Africa, when they have like the dust swirling from the sandstorms and stuff like that, and the Sahara and stuff, it travels over to Greece. So Greece actually isn't that far from Africa, and what I'm assuming is just like a lot of Africans migrate to either the United States or the United Kingdom to gain citizenship and, you know, start their lives, whatever it may be, they also go to Greece. So that's basically what they were doing there. I'm not sure if they do get citizenship there or whether they just come and they work and they stay and live or whatever. But I just thought that was super interesting because I've never heard anyone talk about that. A lot of pictures I've never seen too many colored people in the photos. I had no idea that there were Africans living in Greece. Like, I think that's so cool. So yeah, that was fun fact number 1. Number 2, you cannot flush toilet paper in Santorini, Greece. Yes, you cannot flush toilet paper in the toilet in Santorini, Greece. Okay, so I know it's like kind of touchy. I know it sounds a little bit disturbing, a little bit unsanitary, but it is because Santorini, Greece is such an old island, and a lot of their plumbing and infrastructure is really old as well. So you cannot be flushing toilet paper and flushable wipes and whatever else that we flush down the toilet in America down these systems, because the sewage, the drainage, the plumbing just cannot take it. So it is a well-known fact. And if you actually go into any of the restrooms, whether it be in your hotel or out at restaurants, there's literally signs in the bathroom that says do not flush the toilet paper. Okay. Now, one thing that kind of had me wondering was when women are, you know, on their cycle, and this might be TMI, but I'm just going to say it. How does that work? Because a lot of the trash bins were open. So it's kind of like, well, do people just learn how to wrap things really well? You know, is it just kind of like something that people adjust to and they just don't care? Like, I just thought, you know, that could get a little bit unsanitary and maybe smelly, a little messy, especially for the person who has to go in and change those, you know, trash bins, right? So I thought that was interesting. For me, it definitely was a bit uncomfortable, but I made it work. I'm not really like the hardest person to adjust to things. I pretty much can make things work no matter where I'm at for the most part. But I will say, because it was such a difficult thing to remember, especially after 29 years of throwing your toilet paper in the trash can in America, or in the toilet in America, it's kind of hard to adjust in 1 week to now throwing your toilet paper in the trash can. So I definitely did make a mistake and flush it a few times, but it wasn't intentional. It wasn't like I was just being lazy. So you guys, out of respect for the country and the establishment, please don't, you know, feel like, oh, I'm just gonna do what I want because it's more comfortable, or, oh, forget them, one flush won't hurt. Because honestly, like, you want to respect the places, the countries, the states, the regions, the continents that you visit. And if flushing toilet paper is against their rules and it could possibly cost their establishment a ton of money to fix it or to drain it or unplug it, you don't want to be that person that causes that issue. Okay, so I know sometimes, especially us Americans, we can be a little bit stuck in our ways and not very respectful of other cultures and rules and stuff. So don't be that person. Okay, try your best to remember. All right. Number 3, there's great nightlife in Santorini, Greece. Bruh. You might think I'm a little bit crazy for not knowing this, because I do have friends that live in Europe now. I have 2 friends that live in Germany, and they tell me all the time, like, yeah, the nightlife in Germany is like so lit. It's so much fun. Da, 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 da. And I've heard like Spain is really great. And think that might have been it for like nightlife in Europe. But anyway, I didn't know that Greece's nightlife was like that lit. Okay, first of all, their DJ was fire. Like, played Afro beats, played I think I might have heard some reggae, you know, like pop culture, Meg the Stallion, like up to date Meg the Stallion, like really, really, really good, diverse playlist. The clubs were clean. It was just a great atmosphere. Like, everyone was dancing, having a good time. Most of them were jam packed, no cover charges as far as I can remember, because I was a little bit lit. The drinks were like reasonably priced and everything like that. And I'll go more into this when I like talk more about, like, you know, my experience and show the footage. But yeah, it's really, really, really great nightlife. And I just would have never guessed that. I would have thought that Santorini would have been more like, you know, small family-owned bars, maybe some music on the street, but not like full-blown lit nightclubs like in America, right? So if you like to party, Santorini is the place for you, okay? And Fira in particular, F-I-R-A, is where we went to party. And when I say we, yes, this was a solo trip, but I did meet two girls from New York, and one of the girls, sorry, tongue twisted, I was gonna say one of them, then I wanted to say one of the girls. But yeah, one of the girls' birthday was on 4/2. Mine was 4/4. So we partied on her birthday evening in Fira. So that's what I mean when I refer to we, okay? Number 4. There's plenty of Black people in general, right? Now, if you're watching this and you are not a minority, or you're not Black and you just don't care, you know, just hear me out for a moment. But for my fellow African Americans, minorities, Latinas, whatever, there's a lot of Black faces there. Now, obviously, a lot of them are tourists. Like I said, I did see in Ia, there were a lot of Africans there. But just walking around any area I was in, I saw a lot of Black faces. And I was just so shocked because I'm like, Europe. I didn't expect to see so many Black faces. I saw like 2 girls groups, Black young girls. I saw maybe like 4 couples. Like I said, I met the other 2 girls that were there from New York. And it was just really a nice feeling. Like, okay, so we're welcomed here. We're treated nicely. We're respected. And look at us out here traveling and living our best life. So that was nice. And number 5, last but not least, I personally, after seeing all of the footage and the pictures of Santorini, Greece, had this idea that it was a really large island or area in Greece. However, after visiting, I realized just how small Santorini is. Also, a lot of travel vlogs were a little bit misleading because a lot of them kind of sold it as if you would have to have like 3 days in Ia and 3 days in Fira and 3 days in Thera. And honestly, like, you can kind of just go to each of these places day by day. I ended up meeting 2 girls in the airport when I was on my way back home. They had done a 6-country tour in 2 weeks, and they were saying how they were surprised as well that coming to Santorini, they literally like went to, I think, 3 of the towns in a day or something like that. Now, me personally, I don't find that to be appealing because it seems a little bit rushed. But I could definitely, you know, spend a day in Ia, spend a day in Vigli. I believe that's how you pronounce it. That's where I actually stayed in my hotel. And then spend a day maybe in Fira and be satisfied, like feel like I was able to taste the food. I was able to, you know, maybe have some finer dining. I was able to do some activities. I was able to get some good pictures and be satisfied. I'm also going to go into the duration of time you guys need to experience Santorini fully. But me saying that I would be able to really go to these different parts of Santorini day by day and be able to get the full experience, that just kind of lets you know that you probably don't need a significant amount of time in Santorini. So maybe like a 4-day, a 3-day, you know, stretch in Santorini, and then maybe go to Athens or the Mykonos or whatever, right? but we'll get more into that later. But yes, overall what I'm saying is Santorini was a lot smaller than what I expected. I'm not saying you can literally see everything in one day like the girls ended up doing, but it's definitely not as large as I personally thought it may have been. Maybe you guys had more knowledge. Maybe you guys just looked at the pictures and didn't think it was that large. But I personally had this idea that it was like this huge part of Greece, and that was not the case, okay? So you guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next 2, possibly 3 or 4 videos pertaining to Santorini, Greece. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.